put a fighter in your corner.
And as always, hope you're having a great day. We thank you so much for joining us here at the Walton Law Firm Show. And it is a pleasure to be here once again with the one and only Trip Walton. Hey, Trip.
Howdy.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Are you tripping today?
Beautiful,
or you
sunny
less
day.
Tripping today?
I'm feeling
Well, you always
good.
trip.
Yeah.
Because that's your name.
Yeah.
You're going to always be Trip. So you say
Well,
good day?
I do.
Good day?
Good day.
I'm throwing questions at you left and right.
Having a great day.
Okay.
Sunny.
It is.
Beautiful temperature. Beautiful day.
Mm-hmm.
Pollen's about gone.
Mm-hmm.
Although my privet hedge has got me itching all over, my eyes
Your
water.
privet hedge?
Yeah. I sat outside the other night thinking it was going to be comfortable, and it was.
Mm-hmm.
Until my eyes started watering, and it dawned on me I had this big hedge right there behind my house.
Okay. Okay.
So, and I normally don't have allergy issues, so,
Right.
but I don't normally sit outside either, so I guess that's the deal.
Yeah, you got to sit outside sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, I
Listen
have
to
a
those
beautiful back
birds.
porch.
Exactly.
So I tried it, and I'm going to wait about another week or two before I try it again.
Let me try it again.
Yeah.
Okay. It's amazing how in the Auburn area, I know here, we haven't had a lot of rain. 'Cause, you know,
Okay.
April showers supposed to bring May flowers,
Yeah.
but we hadn't had a lot of April showers. What
We
about
really
y'all?
had- No, you know, had some storms blow through, but then it was like sparse,
Okay.
not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. You need that rain. But yeah, this is a very, very comfortable temperature.
Yeah. Low 80s.
Low 80s. But you know, that's getting ready to change, you know, when we go into the latter part of this month.
Where you can't breathe.
Where you can't breathe. And my sister-in-law came over to the house. We had dinner a couple of weeks ago. And she was like, brother-in-law, you going to turn on your air? I'm like, we don't turn on our air to June. And then her husband got to talking. Man, she's always like this. She's got that menopause thing going on.
Yeah, she's sweating a little bit.
Yeah. So I try to save that air to June.
I've
Let those ceiling fans.
I've had my air on, my heat on, and my fireplace on this month, depending on what the temperature is.
All three.
All three. Sometimes I put my fireplace on, electric fire, gas fire, with air on.
Can you tell us why you might do that?
Make it cold enough to have the fire. I don't want to quit.
You don't want to quit.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
done.
Okay.
I hope the fireplace is done for the year.
Okay. Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah.
But you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
So how are things going on at the firm
Good.
since we talked last week?
Busy, busy, busy.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely busy with civil and criminal cases.
Okay.
And I'm interviewing some people today, paralegals, and I'm trying not to overhire,
Right.
but I may have to bring in another lawyer in the near future.
Okay.
Particularly if I'm getting calls about criminal cases all over the state, and it's hard enough just to do 4 or 5 counties. So I don't know. We'll see.
So, and I felt like I've asked you this question before, but I forgot what you said. In your line of work, does things pick up for you around this time of year more so than the first part of the year?
No. Typically they slow down because students are fixing to leave.
Okay, students.
And our criminal practice consists primarily of representing, I'd say 60 to 75% of my criminal clients are students.
Mm-hmm.
Alcohol-related, drug-related, sex-related,
Okay.
that kind of stuff.
Okay, all right, makes sense.
Because we're on a college campus.
Right.
So
And the kids are
you
going home.
but you never know.
You never know. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I mean, they've had a rash of big drug cases come in recently.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's springtime or what, but
Because I know a lot of times when it, gets hot, things start. People think they can come out of the house with no clothes on.
Yeah.
And people just get.
well, I don't represent any of those
All right.
yet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we got some high school things we're going to start out talking about.
What
You
we
guys
got?
are gonna give us some,
Springwood Academy
congratulations.
soccer finished second with the best record to date of 12 wins and 2 losses. Made it to the finals and got beat in overtime by Tuscaloosa Academy.
So,
You know, I still haven't figured out soccer.
I hadn't either.
My boys played it. We played all over them. Both of them are Golden Toe Award winners. Both of them are superstars. We travel the Southeast, and I still don't know what offsides is. I don't know why you can't do this, why you can't do that. And it's sort of irritating that I'm that ignorant about a sport that is absolutely taken over.
And I'm the same way.
But I was a boxer, so I used my hands.
Okay.
And to watch a sport where you can't use your hands and you got a ball involved, I still just can't get it. It makes no sense, but I understand that it's a great sport.
And it's a lot of work to not get rewarded easily.
Yeah, I mean, you watch a game for 3 hours and it's 1-2.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
0-0.
running up and down the field.
Yeah. So, but congratulations to the folks that do it and understand it. Obviously, if I understood it, I'd probably enjoy it better.
Okay.
All
right.
Congratulations to Auburn High School girls lacrosse. They won against Hoover in the first round of the state playoffs 11-10, and they will match up this week against Vestavia. So that ought to be a good match. A good match.
I don't think I've seen too much lacrosse either. Do you understand that game?
I understand you can hit them in the head with a stick,
Like
which
hockey.
I like.
Like a hockey.
Like a hockey.
Every night.
It's an old Indian game. I think American Indian. But it's interesting to watch, and they've gotten a lot better. So every now and then when I flip in channels and it's supposed to be basketball and it's got a lacrosse game, I will watch it for 5 or 10 minutes just to see what's going on.
Okay.
And they're good with the stick.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
what else we got?
Lynette High School.
What we got?
You congratulating somebody who got a Player of the Year award or something like that.
Marcavius Atkinson, hope I said that name right, made the Opelika Auburn News All-Area Team Player of the Year.
It's some rich history in that Atkinson family for generations
Is it?
that are just some good athletes. The girls and the boys,
Well,
the men and the women, they were some great.
Well, he's carrying it forward.
Yeah.
And that's a big honor.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And then we got congratulations to LaGrange High School golfer Macy Stone, I hope I pronounced that right, who is heading to the state as an individual participant after winning in a sudden death playoff at the area tournament. So congratulations and good luck.
High School, yes.
What we got with Troop High?
Troop is hosting the We Heart the Arts Festival on Saturday, May the 14th from 9 to 3. The festival will have a car show, a silent auction, a pet show, food trucks, and several arts, crafts, and vendors. Admission is $1.
It's going to be, that ain't much.
And all proceeds go to the Troop High Drummer Program.
That'd be good. It's a good program. And finally, we got Auburn University softball. They won 2 out of 3 games against Georgia this past weekend at Auburn, the last home series for Auburn softball. I turned down tickets. I wish I'd have gone, but I was afraid Georgia was going to clobber us, and my girlfriend's a Georgia Bulldog. So I don't want to give her that one up on me.
You didn't?
No.
So
I didn't tell her when they called me late Saturday after this, and we got your tickets to the game. And I said, I'll call you.
I'll call you. All right, she's watching the show.
I just assumed Georgia would hit 1,000 home runs like I saw him do the other day on TV.
So you would go, because I know how you don't like crowds and big crowds, even though that crowd is not a large crowd.
Well,
You'd be comfortable going there?
the guy that called me about tickets, he said, Trip, there'll be 500 extra seats. There'll be room.
Okay.
So, but I don't like a crowd.
Right.
So I reneged on the tickets.
You did. Okay. So now your girlfriend's watching the show, and she's probably going to ask you some more questions about that. This will be the show she watched.
Be the one she clicks in on.
Hey, while we're talking about that, can you let me borrow $1 so I can go to that festival?
Sure.
That we were just talking about?
Sure.
You sure?
Yeah.
Do I have to pay
All
it
you
back?
got to do is wear a sign, Walton Law Firm, on your T-shirt.
Exactly. That'll work. That'll work.
Oh.
So it's time for our motivational minute.
The motivational minute today is about a carpenter who went to his boss after many years of doing great work and said, I'm going to retire. I'm through.
Okay.
And the boss said, well, how about building one more house for me? Because you do such a great job.
Okay.
So the carpenter didn't really want to do it, but he's agreed to do it. So he cut corners and he got cheaper products and he did half what work.
Right.
And so he finished the project, and the guy came out there that he'd been working for and checked it out, and gave him the key and said, here, for all your great work, hard work over the years, I'm giving you this house as a gift. And so the moral of the story is that the same sort of stuff applies to you as you go through life, and doing a shoddy job will come back to hurt you. It's all about choices and all about attitude, which we've talked about over and over. But here's the one chance he had to make good just by finishing this house up and doing a good job, because he was going to get he didn't know he was going to get the house.
True.
But he got the house. So your attitude and choices help build the life you will live tomorrow. So be careful.
Be careful.
And choose what you do, and give basically give 100%. It's no adage, give 110%.
Gonna ask you a question, and
Sure.
you probably can answer it. You already got millions of dollars in yachts, but you probably can be a billionaire if you can answer this one right here. Just when we were coming up, of course, we had the parents to teach us, the values, the morals, the principles, the old school way, the meaning of hard work. Now, babies having babies or whatnot, parents are younger or whatnot. What would you say that could help us to get back on the right track of instilling some of those same values? How can we flip the script to get that going once again? Or is all hope is gone for that to happen again?
And I'm going to have to stick with the old, I don't know. I've got some ideas, but they're probably too radical.
Okay.
We need to back up a little bit and start over.
Okay.
And, quit trying to hurt everybody's feelings.
Okay.
Quit trying to help everybody's feelings. Sometimes you can't be nice and get the job done.
Right.
You can't be sweet and get the job done. You can be respectful.
Right.
But there's a lot of problems.
And I see some stuff, especially in the school system. You can't, I'm not being a Debbie Downer or lack of faith, but I'm like, it just seems like there's no way to turn this around.
It's hard to figure out how to turn it around. Not with the current way things are going.
Right.
It's going to get worse before it gets better.
Society has played a big part in that as well.
And it's really good to see these athletes excel.
It is.
When somebody's still working hard at doing something. And I'm sure some students do the same thing, make great grades, and they make National Honor Society. We don't see as much of that as we do the athletes. But, it's just, does you good to see that. Just like I went to church in Auburn at Auburn Community Church at 8:45 on Sunday, and there probably was several hundred college students there.
Okay.
At 8:45 on a Sunday morning.
That's
so it's a bright spot when you see that, and they're all over town. I mean, it's one of probably 50 churches in the Auburn area that's filled up with students. So everybody's not going to hell in a handbasket apparently.
Right.
So it's good to see that.
Good to see that. Exactly. So we can keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive.
In spite of what we see.
Yeah. In spite of the school system.
Yeah. And wow, all right, that's just something I wanted to just,
Yeah,
because you're a man of many,
put me
have
on the
many
spot
questions,
like
put you on
that.
the spot. But anyway, people, inquired minds want to know.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know how Trip feel about that.
Well, I'm not so sure, and I know it's a problem, but I'm not so sure that prayer in the school and saying the national anthem or singing the national anthem or pledge allegiance to the flag, those sort of things, I'm not so sure that didn't cause some of the decay in our system.
Okay. All right.
And we ought to give everybody else a fair chance. The Muslims ought to be able to get down and do what they do. Everybody. But I don't know how you do that. Just have an hour period for free time, and you can do whatever you want to in free time. I don't know, but it just seems like the structure, there's less structure.
Yeah, it is.
And less respect.
No doubt.
So I don't know what would fix it.
Okay.
But I'm sure it would ruffle somebody's feathers to fix it.
It would.
But being successful ruffles people's feathers.
Exactly.
That's just the way it is. You can't get to the top of the pyramid without doing things other people just won't do. And that's why we fixed them about food.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Hey, the questions of the questions. Thank you for keeping those questions coming. Our first question today from Gloria J. out of LaGrange. And she said she just watched the Trip Walton Show, and Kevin alluded to what food that both of you and I eat and our eating habits. Is it possible that you can share more? Just started on a healthy journey, and it is so hard. But I would like to know what Trip is doing. I'm glad I saw that show.
Lord glory, I'm glad you asked, because I got a lot. I love nutrition. It's my hobby. I like to read about it. I've experimented with it over the years. And back when I was in college, I started out, gaining weight, and I decided, how can I quit gaining weight, particularly when I'm exercising less, because I was starting to practice law.
Okay.
Talking about during the law school period, when I was in Tuscaloosa at Alabama in law school. And I decided that I would quit eating anywhere where they swept or mopped the floor while you're eating. So automatically that meant no fast food.
Okay, because that happens.
And a lot of the greasy spoon good cafes were off the list. So that sort of threw me into a tailspin, because I didn't cook. So, you're sitting home eating ham and cheese sandwiches and Cheetos. Well, it don't get much worse than fake Velveeta cheese. It's not even made with milk. It's not cheese. It's plastic.
It's plastic.
And I was eating bread, sandwiches, so that's carbs. And then I was eating Cheetos, which is a carb with trans fats on it, which is not good. So it took me years to evolve out of, I still don't eat fast food.
Right.
But I've tried numerous eating programs. Probably the most successful, I got up to 238, 240 in my late 30s, early 40s. And I did a 6 to 7 meals a day program.
6 to 7.
And 3 of those were protein milkshakes.
Okay.
So it got rid of the sweet tooth, because I was drinking 3 milkshakes a day, and I was eating every 2.5 to 3 hours. So that lifestyle, although it worked, I lost 6 inches in my waist, and I lost from 238 down to 210,
Okay.
my high school weight. Although it worked, I mean, you can't maintain that over a lifetime.
True.
I mean, it's just too much work. You're in court. It's kind of hard to say, Judge, I got to drink my milkshake that I made this morning. I got 3 thermoses here, and I got to have a microwave to warm up my food. And we'd cook all of our food on Sunday night and put it in little pans and then freeze it and then get it out, and let it thaw the night before. And it's a pain. It's a full-time job. But that did work.
Okay.
Because if you just dump a bunch of food in your stomach, it's going to shut out your metabolism, so to speak. It's sort of like building a fire. You build a fire, you got to have your kindling, and then you get the kindling going, then you put a log or 2, but you don't put 8 logs on right off the bat, or snuff it out.
Right.
That's like eating a big meal. It snuffs it out your metabolism. So you put 2 logs, an hour later you put another log, an hour later you put another log or 2, and you constantly feeding. So that constantly keeps your metabolism going. So you burn up calories. So that worked. But like I say, that is really not the best way to go about doing it.
Right.
Because you just can't maintain that. And whatever you do, you need to do something. If you're starting a program, Gloria, you need to do something that you can do for a lifetime. And it may just take you time to figure that out. Another program I did for a while was I did the Suzanne Summer program, and also a guy named Don Lemon, who was killed in a car wreck, not the Don Lemon on CNN.
Okay.
But Don Lemon out in Vegas. And they're both, he and Suzanne Summer, basically was you don't mix your foods. You eat proteins and fats, and then you eat your carb. So I would go to Longhorn, and I still do this on occasion, and I would order a steak or grilled chicken with broccoli, and I would get a sweet potato. Mm-hmm. And then I would tell them to bring me a go box immediately, and I'd put the sweet potato in the go box. By the way, when we're talking about potatoes, we're going to talk about low carb diets. It takes 135 Idaho white potatoes to get the nutrients out of one sweet potato. So if you're going to cheat and eat a carb, eat a sweet potato. Stay away from white potatoes.
Okay.
That's just,
Wow.
just so you know. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I would get that done, and I would eat my meat and my vegetable and maybe a salad. And I don't put salad dressing on the salad. I will take my fork and stick it in the salad dressing and then hit the lettuce. So I get very little salad dressing. Because most of your calories in the salad, all of them come from the dressing.
Yes.
So you got to be careful about that. And they have all kind of sugars and hidden sugars and trans fats. So anyway, so I did that mixing thing, and that worked real good because it helps with your digestion. Mm-hmm. The reason you feel like, a bloated hog on Thanksgiving or Christmas is because you eat turkey, sweets, sweet potato with pecans on it, or sweet potato with what do you call
Marshmallows.
them? Marshmallows on them. And you eat all this. You mix all your food, and it feels like you're going to explode. So if you don't mix it, you never feel like that. And it's amazing what you can eat, but you eat separately. Like I say, I would take the sweet potato and I would eat it 2 or 3 hours later.
Okay.
And then 2 or 3 hours later, I would eat another meat and vegetable. And then I would have another carb, say wild rice. So that's another method of doing. Recently, I have been doing, I would say for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been working on fasting. Intermittent fasting, which means, you go 16 to 18 hours without eating typically. And to start fasting, people say, well, I can't do that. That's ridiculous. The way I did it was, it dawned on me when I woke up first thing in the morning, I was already planning in my mind where I was going to eat lunch, who I was going to eat lunch with, what wine I was going to drink, what I was going to do for dinner, who I was going to do dinner with, what wine I was going to drink with my dinner, whether I was going to have a dessert, or I wanted to go to this place because I like their desserts best. So it dawned on me, I must be in love with food.
Okay.
So I said, all right, Goober, if you're going to fast, you can't be in love with food. You can't be sitting around all day getting up thinking about food.
Right.
So I said, I didn't like getting rid of a bad relationship. I decided, okay, you've had enough of me. I'm in charge now, and you're not going to jerk me around. I'm saying this to the food.
Exactly.
So I got out of love with food, and I got out of love with going to lunch. Now, I still like, last week, a couple of lawyers called me about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is when I normally eat. And they knew I eat 2 to 4 in the afternoon typically. And they said, hey, would you meet us at Amsterdam's in Auburn and have a bite to eat? I said, sure. So I checked my calendar. I didn't have anything going on for another hour or two. So I took off and I got there and they said, what you want to drink? What you want, a glass of wine? I said, no, I'm fasting. They said, what do you mean? I said, I'm just going to visit. I'll have a glass of water. And they said, you're ruining our day. I said, don't let it ruin your day. Go ahead and eat.
Yeah.
You already got a glass of wine. Don't let me, I'm not ruining it for you.
Okay.
Just leave me. It's like when I didn't drink alcohol in high school and college. It drove people crazy. Okay. Come on, have a drink, man. Yeah. Have a joint, have a smoke.
Yeah.
I'm going like, you do it.
Right.
I don't need it.
Right.
So I still am sociable, and I can do that with my fasting. But the beauty of fasting is you really don't have to plan because you're not eating. And also, you can eat some nasty stuff when you're not fasting. Okay. Sometimes, like last night, I always fast from Sunday night. I eat a meal Sunday, say 6, 7 o'clock. I don't eat again until Monday night at 6, 7 o'clock. It's 24 hours. But I'm having a meal both days. So I'm not going without.
Right.
I'm just delaying when I eat it. So last night I went to the Auburn Conference Center Hotel in downtown Auburn and had probably about a 6-ounce steak. And
6 ounces, that'd make me mad, but go ahead.
I hated to do it, but they had this French fry thing with cheese on it, little bacon spread. I said, yeah, give me that if it comes with the steak. Uh-huh. So, I ate those 2 things. Then I had a little apple, some kind of dessert, Italian dessert at the Italian restaurant there. And today I will not eat until probably, let's see, today is Tuesday. I will go back to Auburn and probably eat at 2:30 and eat a healthy meal.
Okay.
And then again, I'll fast all day from Wednesday night to Thursday night. And sometimes I'll fast on the weekend a good bit of time.
Okay.
So fasting is great. There's a lot of books out there on it. And let me tell you one thing about fasting that I've discovered. The problem is breaking a fast. People don't understand what breaks a fast. Calories break a fast. Anything that makes your pancreas start dumping insulin. And the killer right now for just about everybody in dieting is alcohol, sugars, your blue sugar, your pink sugar, your yellow sugar, your fake sugars, because they're calorie free. So if you're a dieter, that sounds like the holy grail. Hey, I could drink all this I want or eat all this I want because it has fake sugar in it. It's not real, so I'm not getting calories. Well, the problem with that is when you taste something sweet, your brain automatically, from a nerve in your brain, in your system, says you are eating sweets, sugar's fixed to be in your blood, the pancreas has got to start dumping insulin. So it dumps a lot of insulin in there, but there ain't no sugar. Okay. There ain't no calories because you've had a fake sweet. You've had a stevia. You've had an alcohol sugar. Like these mints that I'm addicted to, they got alcohol sugars in them. When I have 2 or 3 of those 20 times a day when I'm fasting, I'm starving because my body thinks I'm getting sugar and it's dumping insulin. The insulin makes you hungry. Like, you know, you eat a hamburger with a bun. That bun has got sugar in it. It's a carb. So it makes you hungry. So you're hungry within 2 hours after eating a good hamburger. You want to go get another good hamburger because there's sugar in those buns. But anyway, I could talk all day about nutrition. If you have any specific questions, I can answer them on another show. But I'll say this. I don't like a low-carb diet, a real low-carb diet, because I did that one time, and I would work out, and I would stick my finger in my bicep, and it was like a jelly thing. And so I called a trainer out in California who I was doing some of his stuff, and he said, well, nobody said don't eat carbs. Your muscles cannot, you know, that's why a lot of people who do a low carb look a lot older. Okay. They've lost 50 pounds and they're proud they've lost 50 pounds, but they went from being 45 to looking like they're 75. Okay. Simply because they don't have the muscle tone. And you have to have a certain amount of carbs. Now, I'm not saying eat sugar or candy. I don't eat white potatoes hardly. I don't eat pasta hardly. But now, you know, I do eat lasagna 3 times a year. I do eat fried catfish fillets 3 times a year. June, July, and August. I have 1 catfish fillet in those 3 months. You know, you have to be in charge of what you eat. Okay. So if that's not scary enough, I don't know. You'd be scared to ask another question. But that's sort of my broad outline on what I've done and what I still do. And right now I'm still toying with it. I just figured this thing out about not eating any alcohol, sugar, or stevia. I've been eating stevia in my coffee and tea for probably 4 or 5 years fasting. I read a book the other day that said, the lady said, for the love of God, do not put stevia sweetener or any alcohol sugars while you're fasting, because your body thinks you're eating sugar and it starts dumping insulin. If you've got insulin going into your body, you can't be burning fat. It shuts it off. Okay. That's just a fact. So anyway. All right. Well, Trip, we out of time. We are? Yes. I'm not leaving. Well, they're kicking us. Well, they're not kicking us out. Anyway, well, I do nutrition. We go on forever because it's my hobby. That's your hobby, and we thank you for sharing that. And I'm pretty sure that listener was like it. I want a hamburger now with some fries. I do Hamburger Friday. Every Friday you get a French fried hamburger. So. Okay. All right. Well, we thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. I got carried away. No, you're still there. Oh. All right. Tell them bye. Bye-bye. Call me if you need me.
We don't start the fight, we finish it.
Car accident, DUI, wrongful death? Contact the Walton Law Firm, 334-321-3000.